U.S. attack plans have been approved by President Trump. If you recall, talks were supposed to be held between Iran and the U.S. on June 15th, this past Sunday, but that exceeded the 60-day ultimatum provided by Israel between the US and Iran on reaching a nuclear deal. On the 61st day, that is when the attack started by Israel, and now we find ourselves in the 7th day of conflict.
The ongoing situation in Iran. I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved. In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks."
And therein lies the indecision and the very difficult one that President Trump has to make. Does he attack militarily? Although I would argue that we're already using Israel as a proxy. And how do you account for the diplomatic side of things? There has to be an agreement on both fronts. Military action is usually warranted, although I am not an advocate of war or imperialism or imposing our will on any country. But in this case, they are showing military might, for lack of a better term, but that has to be coupled with diplomatic relations. Look at the chaos that has ensued in Libya, Somalia, Iraq, Afghanistan. We went in there without a full plan. We struck militarily. We did nothing diplomatically. And that has brewed chaos and caliphates like ISIS, Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda, all within the region. Now, a lot can happen in 2 weeks. The situation can certainly go from bad to worse. And whether Iran actually surrenders, left to be seen. So far, we've heard that they have reached out to the White House. Let me know your thoughts.